Oh, good. You're okay. Sorry. Hi. I know it's really random that I'm showing up at your place like this. I just wanted to check on you. Yeah. Well, you haven't been at work the last few days, and management said you weren't coming in today. And of course, they're not allowed to say anything. So I just wanted to make sure you were okay. Well, you're my partner. We do a lot of things together. But other than that, I don't know. I wanted to make sure. um, what? Why are you surprised? Okay. Uh, can I come in for a minute? Thanks. So, what does because you're you mean? That was a little off-putting. Um, First, before we talk about that, um, are you sure you're okay? Have you been sick? Ugh, yeah, food poisoning is the worst. Yeah, I've fallen prey to that myself a few times, so I sympathize and empathize. It's awful. Mm-hmm. Anyway, okay, back to your comment. You're surprised I'm here because I'm me? What does that even mean? Am I like horrible or something? Ah, okay. Why wouldn't I care? Like I said, we spend a lot of time together. Oh, what does that matter? Yeah, I was what you could consider popular in high school. That was a long time ago. Okay, okay. Um, well, I'm glad to see that you're feeling better. Are you coming back anytime soon? Tomorrow. Good, good. Well, I'm glad you're feeling that much better. I'm just gonna I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm a little uncomfortable. I would imagine you are too. That's why I was gonna just make a clean break and we'll see each other at the office. No, no, it didn't offend me or bother me, the popular girl comment. I just don't think about that stuff anymore, you know? Especially since of all the places that we could end up working, we end up working together. That's kind of an interesting coincidence. um I didn't I didn't want you to think I was creepy showing up like this. I don't have your number and obviously nobody at work can give it to me. So I knew where you lived because you told me once, but yeah. This is sounding more stalkerish the more we go here, isn't it? I'm sorry. Well, I'm glad you think it's sweet. You were always a nice guy then, and it seems you're still a nice guy now. Of course I know we went to school together. Why wouldn't I know that? Okay, now the popular girl comment makes sense. Yeah, I was at the center of a lot of things. That was just my experience. No, I know you weren't a joiner. Um, you preferred not to be the center of attention, but that doesn't mean I didn't know who you were. No, no. Well, I didn't say anything when we started working together because I didn't think it was relevant. I mean, yeah, it's kind of cool that two people from a small town end up in a big city working for the same company and working together. But I mean, that doesn't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things, right? Okay, yeah, we had classes together. Yeah, of course we did. In fact, do you remember that really horrible teacher that just hated everybody. He was a math teacher. Yeah. Well, there was one class that stands out in my mind because it was one of the most horrible experiences of my high school life. The teacher, that jerk, tried to humiliate me for not doing my homework because I'd been sick. Yeah. You probably don't remember, but he was starting to drill me on the material and I had no idea. And I just felt awful. And then you stepped in and started asking questions about the assignment and totally distracted him. Yeah. And you kind of looked over at me and gave me like a half smile thing. So I'm pretty sure you did it on purpose because he was being awful. You probably don't remember that. You do? Yeah, you saved me from complete and utter embarrassment. I was going to cry. That's why I looked like I was going to cry, because I was going to cry, which would have been terrible. It would have just been a nightmare beyond what was already happening. I never got a chance to thank you for that. So thank you. You were a very kind person when I needed it the most. So of course I knew who you were. Returning the favor? What? I don't remember ever doing a favor for you. Sorry, Yeah, I knew him. He wasn't like a friend, but he ran in the same circles. Big jock on all the sports teams. Yeah, that guy. Okay, what about him? Oh. Yeah, I remember now. He was not being very nice to you. In fact, I believe he had you shoved up against a locker. Yeah. He was talking about something stupid, if I remember correctly. I don't know what it was, but I remember thinking, that's really dumb. It's a really stupid reason to have somebody up against a locker. Yeah. Yeah, and you didn't back down. No, you went back at him. Yeah, that's when it turned ugly, I remember. He was gonna get nastier. Right? Yeah. Well, all I did was distract him. And I thought if I started talking to him, because he'd been hitting on me for a while, not that I would have done anything about it, but at least it gave me the opportunity to distract him so that he would leave you alone. Yeah. Yeah, I asked him to help me with my car. Told him it wouldn't start. And then when we got there and it started, he kind of looked at me funny. And then he thought that I liked him and it was just an excuse to talk to him. And then, yeah, that was fun. I had a boyfriend at the time, though, who very firmly put that guy in his place. So he got his comeuppance for being such a jerk. Of course I remember. Well, yeah, I played dumb. I didn't let on that I even saw what he was doing because I didn't want him to know what I was doing. Yeah. Well, I guess we kind of inadvertently looked out for each other back then. Popularity means nothing. Honestly. I mean, it doesn't affect what we do now. It doesn't affect how we function as adults. But I get it. You meet people, and when you're young, you form opinions, and we all have our place in the world at that point, right? But I always tried to be kind to everybody, and I liked that you were the same way. even when people were rude, which high school they're going to be. Mm. I was really happy when we started working together, and I enjoy working with you. I like our little lunchtime conversations where we have to order in food and keep working through because there's so much to do. That stuff is more bearable because you're my partner. I was hoping that we could be friends. Since we never really got to be friends back then, but maybe we can be now. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, like I said, I came by to make sure that you were okay, and yeah. That is all I wanted. Okay, confession? What confession? That's lovely. That's very sweet. Well, it's not every day somebody tells you that they had a crush on you in high school. You're just laying it on thick now. You must still have a fever from that food poisoning. Thank you. I'm glad I'm just as great now as you thought I was then. Yeah, I'm slightly embarrassed, but thank you. So, friends? What do you mean? Is that what I want? Okay, well, let me pose the same question. Is that what you want?